Let's talk about POS system cost. Whether you're running an offline operation, you're having a restaurant or whatever, like you're running a ticketing event, whatever it is, it's important to have a clear idea about the kind of POS system that you want to have, and more importantly, how much it will cost you. So here is an overview I really want you to pay attention to. So it's really important to understand that when we talk about a POS system, we're speaking about a system of capabilities and functionalities that allow you to get paid, to receive payments from customers, to make sales on site, and to be paid, right? On top of that, you got to have things like inventory management. You got to have things like employee management. You got to have things like revenue generation management. So what's really important to understand here is that you want to have security, you want to have consistency, and more importantly, you want to have efficiency. By the way, welcome back to the show, boss. We really appreciate talking to you into this conversation. So when we talk about a point of sale system cost, we are speaking about a couple of things. We're speaking about hardware, we're speaking about software, and we're speaking about payments. I'll go granular on those in the next section. But one thing I want to say here is that you need to understand what really matters for you. Because see, I don't want this whole conversation, I don't want the takeaway from this conversation to be about, oh, if it's too expensive, I'm not taking it. If it's too cheap, I ain't taking it. Whatever it is. No. The conversation should revolve around pricing as one element among many that allows you to say, you know what, I want to go with this POS, this POS tool versus another. Don't just focus on price alone. That's my point. My point is that don't say, you know what, if it's cheap, I'm choosing it, or I'm not choosing it, or if it's expensive, don't even talk to me about it. No, it has to be, okay, it is expensive. What kind of value is the POS tool added? Or it is cheap. What kind of what are the other areas will I have to suffer? Because if a POS tool is cheap, you know the customer service maybe sucks, right? You know, let's just say it has to be said, okay? Or in some cases, they will charge you a lot more when it comes to transaction fees. So they're not charging you a lot in terms of hardware or software, but they will charge you in terms of transaction fees. So overall, before I give you an in-depth review, you got to pay attention to what's really important for you. So so the whole conversation about POS system cost should be around your business's needs first, boss. I want you to have a clear idea about your business needs and what you really require to succeed. So here's a review I really want you to pay attention to. So when we talk about cost, there are three elements. There are three big factors impacting POS system cost. First, you have software. So when you're shopping for POS software, ensure that it has the built-in features you need to run your business, like inventory management, reporting and analytics, and integration to an e-commerce platform. Most point-of-sale software often has either a monthly or annual fee, as well as different subscription tiers at different price points. And the thing we have seen in our research here is that pricier software plans typically come with more advanced features. And for instance, an e-commerce merchant on Shopify's basic plan gets Shopify POS software for free. It's included in their plan, like $29 per month, and gives them the tools they need for occasional in-person selling via pop-ups, shops, or a kiosk at events. Same thing for Square. Square has the same, they run the same gig anyway. So alternatively, merchants with permanent brick and mortar stores who need more advanced features like reporting and analytics or greater control over staff and user permission can sign up for Shopify POS Pro. That's probably going to cost them for like $89 per month per store location. So the point I'm trying to make here, it really depends on your needs. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are talking about how much a POS system should cost, or how much it does cost. So you have the software, then you have the hardware. Now, for the hardware, you can buy, lease, or rent POS hardware depending on your needs. For instance, if you want to open a pop-up shop, you can rent a POS hardware to accept payments without sinking funds into hardware you don't want to keep. But the hardware you need depends on your store's setup. So you got to think about things like the POS terminal. You got to think about the cash drawer and card reader. You got to think about the receipt printer. You got to think about the barcode scanner. Let's quickly talk about that. So cash drawer and card reader. So the thing is that while contactless payments are on the rise, you still are like about 60 to 65% of payments in retail stores are made with cash. So you may want to invest in a cash drawer as well as a credit card reader that takes tap, chip, swap, and pin payments. This ensures what? Ensures that you can accept all payment types and always make the sale. You always got to make the sale, boss. You always have to make the sale. So think about a receipt printer. Think about a barcode scanner also. You may also want to consider purchasing a barcode scanner. This helps you check out customers, count your inventory, and more. But if you want to have a minimal setup, so you can actually just go with a POS tool that turns your tablets or smartphone's camera into a barcode scanner and saves you time from purchasing another piece of hardware. The third element when it comes to your cost is payments, right? So I mentioned software, hardware, and payments. So when we talk about payments, we're speaking about payment processing. So in addition to POS hardware and software costs, you also need to budget for credit card processing fees. Some POS systems come with integrated payment processing, while others require you to manage separate contracts, fees, and payments with a third-party provider. So a lot of big players in the industry, they have their own payment processing I would say operation. Okay. So this is kind of important now. Choosing the POS system with integrated payment processing simplifies your monthly cost, streamlines the customer experience, accelerates payouts, and reduces you really have errors in your reporting due to human errors. What we have found in our experience, and we've been doing this for 10, 15 years, is that you always talk to one company for customer support. You're not talking to gazillions of companies. You're talking to one company. And this is really, really important. And integrated payments also means that you will spend less time reconciling charges, okay? Contrarily, when you partner with a third party to handle payment processing, you'll have to manually reconcile payments accepted from your card reader with your POS system, and it may take longer to receive payouts. So before you choose a payment processor, understand what you're signing up for. Be mindful of any long-term commitments or monthly fees. Also, make sure the payment provider's transaction pricing is clear and straightforward. Don't let them actually try to confuse the hell out of you, trying to razzle-dazzle you with some kind of pricing, whatever. Ask all questions. If you need help, just drop us a question below. We'll certainly get back to you. We'll let you know based on the payment processor you're considering. We'll answer the question. We'll let you know whether or not it is a go or no go. Okay. And also, you have to think about the payment transaction fees. Those are important also. Payment transaction fees are a percentage, fixed or a blended fee that is charged by the payment gateway provider for processing the transaction. Some payment service providers have variable transaction fees depending on the payment method the customer uses, while others charge a fixed rate. So we really recommend opting for fixed rates because they are consistent, predictable, and easier to plan around. Fixed rates also give you peace of mind to accept all payments methods without risking any surprises on your next payout, no matter how much you sell, right? Also, think about the transaction volume. So the amount you pay each month in transaction fees depends on the number of orders you process at your point of sale. So those are important elements to think about. Let me give you a few pro tips here. So when you analyze, let's say, a POS system cost, it's important, if not necessary, I guess, to understand the things that cause the POS system's cost to fluctuate. Okay, so depending on the POS that you choose, there are other factors that can affect how much it costs. So here is a checklist of things to consider when shopping for a point of sale system. So first, you got to think about the number of POS terminals. So some POS systems charge merchants per terminal, also referred to as a register. Depending on how many stores and employees you have, that can get expensive, really, when you think about it, especially if you want to equip store associates each with their own POS terminal to ensure they serve customers efficiently. For example, let's say you have 2 stores and 8 employees, 4 at each store. To equip each of your staff with a POS terminal, you need to commit to a monthly recurring payment of $40 per register. That's $320 per month, excluding the cost of your monthly plan and one-time hardware costs. Think about that. This is just kind of crazy. So when you pay per POS terminal, you tend to spend more per month. So this is kind of important to really think about. And one thing I want to say here is that, that it's really important to analyze your overall operation. So paying per register is usually more expensive than paying per location, even for merchants with multiple store locations. So you want to do your due diligence when researching POS system pricing plans to ensure you are getting the most value for your money. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how much a POS system costs. I'm giving you all the tips and tricks so you have a clear idea what you're getting yourself into. You also need to think about the number of store locations. So while some POS providers charge per register or terminal, others like Shopify or Touch Bistro, they charge a fixed rate per store location. This is especially beneficial if you want to have more than one POS terminal in your store. So when you pay per location, you can have an unlimited number of POS terminals without actually paying additional fees, which is really great, boss. If you really think about it, this is really fantastic because the bottom line here is that you are not charged to add more users or to install your POS software onto additional tablets or smartphones. So this actually introduces operational flexibility into your activities. It really helps you a lot in terms of planning things ahead of time. Also, you need to think about the number of users. Some POS systems will restrict the number of user accounts that can log into each POS terminal. Some plans may come with only one user license, while others offer unlimited users. Ensure that the POS that you choose will let you create as many staff logins as you need to keep your store running smoothly. Okay, so this is really important to really think about. And this when you analyze this is from an operational capability standpoint. And you also there are other factors that really also help you, not minimize, but also manage the cost of your POS. So you got to think about the product catalog. You got to think about the features. You got to think about the add-ons and apps. Let's first talk about the product catalog. So some POS system lets you sell an unlimited number of catalogs, while an unlimited products of catalogs and products. I should specify that. And while others will give you a maximum number of SKUs to sell depending on the pricing plan you choose. So this is kind of important. So you really also want to pay attention to whether the POS is helping you, like is really offering you an unlimited amount of products and variants. By the way, what about the features? Most POS providers offer several different tiers of their products. More expensive pricing plans typically come with a more comprehensive set of features. So but what you want to do here is you want to analyze things on a holistic level, because it's important to know what features you need to run your business effectively and to ensure the POS plan you choose includes those features. This is what I was talking to you about the holistic analysis, the all-in analysis, so you have a clear idea of what you're getting yourself into. So when researching POS systems, be sure to see if the point of sale comes with reporting and analytics, inventory management, marketing, customer loyalty, and employee management capabilities, because some POS systems don't include important features, forcing you to pay more to get them. So I'm talking here about the add-ons, the plugins, and what have you. Okay, what about the add-ons, so to speak, and the apps? So essential features for accepting payments, managing inventory, viewing reports, and building a customer database should come natively with your POS system. But for functionality beyond the essentials, add-ons or apps made by third-party developers can be a cost-effective way to add new functionalities, experiment with new tactics, and actually explore new ways to grow your business. While some apps are free, you need to pay to use others. So depending on the apps that you choose, that can impact how much you pay for your POS on a monthly basis. So this is kind of important. Now, one thing I want to say here is that depending on the POS tool that you choose, go to their app marketplace and download the apps from there. So if you choose, for example, if you choose a Square, go to the Square app marketplace. Okay, if you go with Lat Bistro or you go with Touch Bistro, not Lat Bistro, Lat Speed, you go with Touch Bistro, you go with Toast. See if they have an app marketplace. If you go with Shopify, go to the App Store, so you're able to customize your POS system's capability for your business's unique needs. So it really depends on what you really need, and depends on what the app can actually offer. But always make sure that you double check everything. Let me give you a bonus here. And there are certain things to consider before buying a POS system. And those things are quite essential. If you do not consider them, you might be paying a lot more. So if you are, let's say, aside from how much a POS system costs and the features it has, there are other things you should factor into when it comes to a point of sale provider you want to partner with. First of all, the contract length. Are they playing games with you? Like most POS systems come with either monthly plans or annual contracts. Monthly plans are flexible and give you the merchant more control, whereas annual plans might lock you into a legally binding agreement that is non-refundable and non-cancelable unless you pay a break fee. So be sure to read the fine print of your agreement and know what you're signing up for. So this is kind of important. And you also have to think about in-person and online selling. So shoppers don't just shop online or in-store; they shop using a mix of both channels. And so one thing you want to do here is you want to actually look for POS providers that help you unify your online and offline shopping experiences so you can build better relationships with the customers and unlock growth that single channel merchants cannot. Okay. Oftentimes, when a merchant uses two systems to manage online and in-person selling, transaction, inventory, and customer data is siloed by channel, and their reports do not reflect the truth. If someone buys a product in store, does that transaction data flow into your sales reports? Will inventory levels adjust in real time as products are sold, returned, or exchanged online and in store? Think about that. So some POS systems allow you to integrate your POS system into like an e-commerce platform by using an integration partner. Unfortunately, those integrations don't fully unify your channels. After all, it's still two different channels with entirely different features when you really think about it, built by two different companies. And when you have, if there's a problem, you have to call two different customer service departments. Okay, so you really want to make sure that you have a way to unify all this kind of. You want to unify all this when it comes to in-person and online selling. So there are two or three players in the industry that offer a very great solution. For example, Shopify. For example, Square. You also have Lightspeed. So you are able to have an online store, and then you also are able to have an offline, like online capability and offline capability. So Square, Shopify, and Lightspeed, fantastic. I want you to also think about the ease of use. If you want to buy a POS system, think about the ease of use. Some POS systems are more intuitive to use than others. Make sure that you like the POS system workflows and that you can customize them to better match your preferences. Remember, please don't forget your staff, because your staff will have to use also the POS system. So make sure that the POS system is user friendly enough that they can use it, because if they don't like it, you're not going to find it you're not going to have a good, I would say, implementation. So while ease of use doesn't factor into a POS system's cost, it will absolutely impact your team's productivity. If a POS system feels complicated, it will take longer to train staff on how to use it and can make in-store operations take longer than they have to. Okay, so we really recommend starting with a free trial to test out the products. So you want to test the point of sale and see whether or not you and your staff enjoy the products. Okay, what about room to grow? So room to grow means what? Scalability. Some POS systems are better for small businesses, while others are focused on larger enterprise customers. But you want a POS system that can support your business growth no matter how big you get. So this is kind of cool. So you want to look for a POS system that gets you the tools you need to grow your business no matter how big or small you are. So this is kind of cool. What about the support? So when you need help, you want a POS system with support you can count on. So find out what kind of support is included in your plan, what's its operating hours are, and what channels you can use: email, live chat, or phone. If you have, let's say, if you have both a physical and online store, business never stops when you really think about it. So we recommend choosing a POS provider that offers around-the-clock support and can help you anytime. So this is kind of cool. So you want to look and please pay attention to. You can go to the provider's website, see, take a look at their help center. You can also contact their support team 24/7 by email, phone, or live chat if it's available. And also think about help from expert. Sometimes you need to get help from an expert. So whether you need help with marketing, merchandising your store, or switching from another system to the POS that you currently have. You can hire a certified freelancer or agency through the provider's website. But and this can be helpful. This can actually make the difference that you need in terms of bringing your revenue goals to another level. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate today's conversation. I was just quickly talking to you about how much a POS system costs, what are the criteria you need to pay attention to before choosing one. I really appreciate having you with me. So I give you the overview, the review, the pro tips, the bonus, and the recap. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.